what happens if the three-phase load, that is either star or delta, they are in parallel. So we also saw an example, took up an example of star load and delta load in parallel, and we explained how do we solve it. And here I again repeat that we solve these problems by star to delta connection, or we generally call it star delta conversion. But star delta conversion is possible both star to delta as well as delta to star. Now, which one to use? And we explained that for balanced three phase, we can use any one, but for unbalanced, we can't do that. We have to use only star to delta, not delta to star for solving such problems. And then we have seen that what happens if the lines, normally in the initial solution we said that we impedance, which is not a practical assumption because our lines are never without an impedance. So what happens if my line has an impedance? So we took example and showed how that can be solved. And then we took up the last example that if it is a four-wire star and if the neutral impedance is also considered, then what happens? Because the problem is somewhere else, that the three lines, that means the three phase lines, they typically have same impedance. But the neutral, being of different dimension and others, doesn't have the same impedance. So we have a different impedance on the neutral wire. So how to solve that problem if the neutral is also considered with impedance? And there we showed that this can be solved only with the help of knowledge of circuit theory, or to be precise, the very basic network theorem of electrical engineering, which is Kirchhoff's current law and voltage law. And I repeat here that please remember for your entire life that most of the electrical engineering problems can be solved if you know how to apply Kirchhoff's voltage law and current law properly. 80% or more problems you can solve by Kirchhoff's voltage law and current law. Now this is recapitulation of what we have done. Now let me come to today's discussion. Today we are going to discuss the power measurement. Now all of and current measurement. I think even at the school level, how do we measure the power? Now for that, I have to explain that how a wattmeter is connected. Now here, first thing I have to mention that power is dependent on both voltage and current. So therefore, in order to measure power, we need to measure both voltage and current. So therefore, there will be two sensing coils in the wattmeter. One will sense the voltage, the second one will sense the current. Now, as you have studied earlier at your school levels, if it is a voltmeter, then how it is connected between the lines? You know that it is connected in parallel with the line. That means it is connected across the two lines. So similarly, the coil which senses the voltage in a voltmeter, it is connected in parallel with the ammeter, which measures the current. If it is to be connected, we know that it is to be connected in series with the line. So therefore, within the wattmeter, there is a coil which senses current, and it has to be connected in series. Therefore, first thing we have to understand that a wattmeter is a four-terminal device. So I repeat, a wattmeter is a four-terminal device, not a two-terminal device like a voltmeter and an ammeter. These four terminals are what? Two terminals belong to the what we call the pressure coil or the potential coil. We call it PC. PC, some people write potential coil, some people write pressure coil. Then two terminals are known as the current coil or simply CC. So any wattmeter in future, if you see, you will find that there will be two terminals which will be marked as PC and two terminals which will be marked as CC. Now with this scenario, let me power. Here, the basic concept that you have to always remember in mind that how a wattmeter measures power. For example, a voltmeter gives a reading of whatever be the potential difference. Similarly, an ammeter gives a reading whatever be the current flowing through the two terminals. Then what is the reading of an wattmeter? Well, the reading is, because there are four terminals, so it measures both voltage and current. So a wattmeter gives a reading which is voltage across the potential coil. So I repeat, please remember this. Voltage across potential coils multiplied by current through the current coil multiplied by cosine of the angle between these two quantities. That means voltage across the potential coil and current through the current coil. Now this has immense importance. I will show you. Don't, forget it any time that how wattmeter gives its reading. I repeat, it is voltage across the potential coil multiplied by current through current coil multiplied by cosine of the angle between these two quantities, that is voltage across the potential coil and current through the current coil. If you remember this, then you will never make a mistake of wattmeter. Now let me share a screen and then show you that how we measure three-phase power, because if it is a single-phase circuit, it is always extremely easy to connect the wattmeter, because single-phase circuits you will always have two lines. So you will connect the potential coil across the two lines. You will connect the current coil in series with the line, and naturally we will get the reading. But if it is a three-phase circuit, it is not so simple. Why it is not so simple? The reason is that there are so many quantities. First, I can connect the potential coil across the two lines, or I can connect it between the line and the neutral. So there are several options of connecting the wattmeter, and the reading will depend on how we are connecting the wattmeter. So now let me share a where is it? Application. Now there is a problem in sharing. I can't show you. What is it? Sushanto, if I do it through the browser, now I am presenting through the browser because this is a different computer. It's not sharing a PDF file. It is only showing the tabs, Chrome tabs. What is the option for showing? You know, I am not getting it because
Sir,
this Zoom is not
so
installed in this computer.
okay, so
How
Zoom
I
is
am
not
not.
installed.
No, what I repeat, the problem is slightly I'm finding that since I'm presenting through browser, when I'm going to share screen, I am finding
Uh,
only the Chrome tabs. Then, yes, now I have got it. Okay, okay. Okay, I got it. I think you can see now. You can see
just taking time to come. So it's coming now.
it's coming. You got me the
It's coming now. It's coming, sir.
because now I am sharing a PDF file, 3 watt meter method. Okay, if it is visible, then I will explain.
Yes, sir, it is
Okay,
visible.
let me go. Okay, let me go forward then. See, now first let us see this diagram to explain you how we should connect wattmeter in three-phase circuits. Now here you can see that left-hand side is a delta connected load, whereas the right side is a star connected load. Three-phase circuit, the total power is always the sum power. You should not use the formula root 3 VLIL cos phi in unbalanced circuit because that is not valid. So we have to use the basic formula that total power is a sum of A phase power, B phase power and C phase power. Delta connected load. So if I have to measure power of A phase, look at wattmeter 1, W1 on the left side. The potential coil is connected, that is the two terminals of the A phase. So potential coil of W1 will measure the phase voltage of A. Then the current coil is in series with A phase. So it will measure the current of the A phase. Therefore, what will be the reading of W1? That is A phase voltage multiplied by B phase, A phase current, and then cosine of the angle between A phase voltage and A phase current. So that will be A phase power. Similarly, look at W2. Same way it is connected. Potential coil is measuring the phase voltage. Current coil is measuring the current coil of B phase. Look at W3. It's same. Potential coil is measuring the C phase voltage. Current coil is measuring the C phase current. So if I take W1 plus W2 plus W3, and here I must tell you, young friends, remember that these are meters. So what, when you will be taking this measurement on your table, there will be 3 meters, and on these 3 meters you will get 3 readings. Let's say one is showing 100, the other is showing 51, the other is showing 22. So your total power will be 100 plus 51 plus 22. That's how we measure. It's as simple as that. On the right side, I have the star connection, and here the wattmeter must measure the phase voltage. So therefore, if you look at W1, here the potential coil is connected across the line and the neutral, not between the two lines, because that is line voltage, whereas phase voltage is line and neutral. So W1, if you see, potential coil is connected between line and neutral. Current coil is in series with Fs, so it will measure Fs power. In the same way, wattmeter 2 is connected and wattmeter 3 is connected. So once again, we will get Fs power, B phase power, and C phase power, and the sum of these three will become the total power. So this is one of the simplest connection that you can have in the three-phase circuit. So if anybody asks you that what you will require to measure three-phase power, irrespective of balanced or unbalanced, you can always say 3 wattmeters. Fine. That answer is theoretically correct. But there are a lot of practical problems. Now, as I have always told you, that engineering is always based on the practical use. First, let me take both of these. And I am saying that this is a three-phase motor, a big motor. Now, when it is a big motor, let's say the delta, left side, what we will be seeing from outside, this is something as a student you have to visualize that. And what you will be seeing from outside are only three, but that's it. You will not see anything else. Similarly, if it is a three-wire star motor, you will get only three terminals, A, B, and C. What we are doing is we are connecting the three lines to these three terminals of the motor. Now, if you want to measure the power, you cannot open the motor. Nobody is going to allow it. It's not permitted because it's a very important motor, costly motor. Just for measuring power, I cannot open the motor. Why I am saying open? Look at the right side diagram. If I say that this entire thing is a black box and only three terminals are available from outside, then tell me, how do you connect the neutral? Because it's not available. It is inside the motor. So how do you connect the potential coil? The answer is, look at the left hand side diagram, the delta. Now in delta connection, the potential coil is very easy to connect because that will be connected between two lines. So it's easy. But tell me, how do you connect the current coil? Because then that has to be inside the motor. But how do you access it? Physically access it? The answer is you cannot. So therefore, these two diagrams, theoretically perfectly all right, practically cannot be used. So once again, this is one which I highlight that there are solutions which are theoretically perfectly all right. On paper, on blackboard, on whiteboard, it is perfectly all right. But if you are in an industry, if you are on a substation, it will not work. So we have to have separate solution. And what is that solution? That we have to connect the wattmeter only between the three lines. That means on this diagram, it is shown A, B, C. That three lines, because these three lines are accessible from outside. And therefore, if we connect anything here, I can do it. Then I don't bother about what is there inside the machine or inside the device. Let's see how can we do that. Now, here is a connection that we are showing. A very interesting connection. Now, first question you can always ask me, why are you showing only star connection? Now here the answer is very simple, that it doesn't matter whether it is a star or a delta, because I can always convert a star to or a delta to a star. So you can consider that these two stars on the source and the load side are the equivalent stars, or the star itself, whatever it is. So don't get confused about why it is only star, why not delta. It is valid for delta also. Now look at the wattmeter connection. This is so important. I told that wattmeters have to be connected only across the lines or in series with the lines, not within the phases. So here we have done it all with the three lines. So look at W1. That current coil is placed in series with line A, which I can do because that is accessible. Similarly, W2 in series with line B, W3 current coil in series with line C. How the potential coils are connected, this is extremely interesting. One terminal of the potential coil is connected to the line of each wattmeter. Then what about the second terminal? What has been done is the three terminals are joined together and it is named as a virtual neutral. Now you can ask me, where is that point? The answer is, there is no need of any specific point. You take the three terminals of the three potential coils and simply twist them together and let it hang in air. It will work. So please remember that this neutral, as shown in the diagram N, is independent of its physical position. So it is physically where it doesn't matter. Now with this connection, then if somebody asks that what is the reading of W1, then what is my answer? The answer is the voltage or the potential across the potential coil. What is that? VAN. Look at the mouse. VAN. And what is the current? IA. By IA and cosine of the angle between VAN and IA. Similarly, W2 is VBN, then IB, and the cosine of the angle between VBN and IB. Similarly, W3. Now then total power is W1 plus W2 plus W3. So that's how it works. But then you can always argue that how do we know that this is equal to the total power? Now total power means here on the right side I have the load. So total power is the power drawn by this load on the right side. Whereas power measured is the 3 wattmeters, how they are measuring. So what is the correlation between this power measured and the actual power drawn by the load? So now that requires a little bit of analysis. So I will show that analysis. First of all, I will start with this analysis with a very fundamental definition of the power, not with the cosine, etc., etc. Power is nothing but the voltage and the current. Then we integrate it over one cycle and divide it by the total time interval of the cycle. So what is the power of A phase, if somebody asks? The voltage is A O prime, current is IA, so you multiply these two. So if you look at this equation, VAO prime, then IA, then integrate over 0 to T. T is the time period of our voltage and current cycle, which is 2 pi. Similarly for B phase is VBO prime here, VO prime is the voltage. Here I am calculating the load power. Please remember, this is load power. So VBO prime, similarly VCO prime, this product of the three phases, integrate over 0 to t, then divide it by the time period t, you get the power. This is called the first principle, calculation from the first principle, which cannot go wrong. This is always correct in any circuit. Doesn't matter which circuit it is. Well, fine, this is the load power, but this is not the measured power. So then naturally you can ask me what will be the measured power. So I follow the same logic. Then measured power is, then I will integrate, but then I VAAN multiplied by IA, VBN multiplied by IB, VCN multiplied by IB. So what is the measured power? It is AN into IA, BN into IB, CN into IC. Then again we integrate and divide. So now I have two power quantities. One is the load power, actually power drawn by the load, PL, and another one is the measured power. What is the relationship between load power and the, yes?
VAN, VBN, VCN এর পরিবর্তে VA dash N কেন হচ্ছে না A dash N বা B dash N ছবি অনুযায়ী তো
That's it. B dash N is it is basically same because we are not considering the line impedance. This is question argument number 1, and second is if it is an actual power system, this source is far away, right? We measure always power at the load end. So physically, if this line is 10 kilometer or 20 kilometer long, then we are not measuring at the source. We are measuring at the load end. So this physical location of the wattmeter will be always very close to the load. So even if the line
রেজিস্ট্যান্সটাকে কি অলমোস্ট নেগলিজিবল ধরা হয়?
Oh, that is zero. That is zero. Wattmeter, this current coil resistance you mean? Because
Yes.
potential coil resistance doesn't matter. Only the current coil resistance. But please remember that current coil is like an ammeter. And what is the resistance of an ammeter?
For an ideal ammeter, it will be 0.
So it is not practically 0, but very close to 0. So this wattmeter, if you look physically, it will be very close to this load, right hand side, not left hand side. So it will be always AN, not A dash N.
Okay.
So now
Sir,
you have raised.
Sir,
yes.
স্যার এন পয়েন্টে যে W1, W2, W3 তিনটে ওয়াটমিটার থেকে যে তিনটে লাইন বের করে টুইস্ট করার কথা আপনি বলেন, এই টুইস্ট করা মানে কি তিনটে লাইন জয়েন করে দেওয়া যাচ্ছে?
একদম exactly. Twisting means take a plier. If you have seen a plier, take the three wires and twist it. That's it. Nothing more.
Just to join it.
Just joining. Electrical connection. That's all.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So that they are not electrically disconnected. That's all. There is no other requirement. Huh? Okay, now you have raised a good question. Now I have one voltage is VAN, another voltage VAO prime. If you look at the two equations, IA, IB, IC are present in both the equation. But in one I have VAO prime, in another I have VAN. That means in this diagram, VAN and AO prime. What is the relationship between these two voltages? Now let me apply. Say A to N. Now you can always say what is the path from A to N. Now the answer is very simple. It's like A, then wattmeter, then voltage between N to O prime. Now you can always say what is the connection? It is open. No, it is not open. Look at the different lines. There are so many connections between N to O prime. But I can always take that what is the net voltage between N to O prime. And then O prime to A. That will make a loop. 3 voltages, A, N. Now this is what